Do you guys agree that the garbage man works hard? Don't make a lot of money though. Takes more than just hard work. You know what I mean? So if it takes more than hard work, it takes some intelligence. It takes a plan, right? It takes a certain belief system in whatever it is that you do and how you're going to help people, but more importantly, how many people are you going to help? My buddy Brad tells a story I tell every time I speak. He said, you know, if you are not where you want to be, you have to get new information. You have to change your beliefs. And the only way to change your beliefs is to get new information. All right, Brad, what does that mean? He said, well, somebody once told me fire was hot and I didn't believe them. So I stuck my hand in it. I got some new information. All right, get new information, okay? Now, we're talking about personal brand and digital marketing. Everybody on this slide right here, I had never done any business with prior to building an audience on social media or a podcast. All right, and just on that wall alone, there's a few NCAA national championships and roughly $4 billion in take-home monies on that one screen right there. All right. Again, social media, audience, and a podcast are why those guys, why I got to spend any time with them at all. And it's been life-changing. Which led me to my mission today, which is breaking down the playbook of top performers so that you can get to that next level too. Everybody that is winning today and is successful to a certain standard has some form of personal brand or reputation online. When you Google them, certain things pop up, okay? When you Google yourself, what do you see? Do you like what you see? Do you see anything? So how is it going to be easy for you to do business with somebody else if your competition's what they find? It's not necessarily what you do. It's what you can do up against everybody else in your space, right? If you got kids, this rings true, but have you ever audited yourself? People are spending 6 to 8 hours a day or more looking at a screen on a device, all right? In that time frame, when they're on there, are they going to find you or your competition? You got to ask yourself that, right? Now, it's my opinion that if your customers or potential customers see somebody else, you're going to lose those people to the person they find online. You guys believe that? If you don't, let's talk about it. I'm prepared. Bring it. I love the engagement, right? Do you guys believe that? All right, so again, what's stopping you from doing it? What's stopping you from doing it? People can't buy from you if they don't know about you, right? Okay, so think about all the people that go with your competitor. I believe that if you go with somebody else, they're not going to care as much about you as I will. They're not going to work as hard as I will. So you made the wrong choice. I failed you if you're not doing business with me. I truly feel that way. Do you guys feel that way? Yes? Who said that? I love that. My man, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. A man's life or what his thoughts make of it, right? One of the projects we're working on is Coach Bert's Greatness Factory downtown. I'm going to talk to you guys about that in just a moment. But check it out. Here's the buyer's journey, man. Everybody starts with awareness, right? That's what those little clips online generate. That's what those photos, that's what your posts do. They create awareness, right? That leads to discovery, all right? They've discovered that you're there, which if they like what they see, they will start to consider whatever it is that you're talking about, if they need that in their life, right? Which leads to, if you do a good job with that, can lead to a conversion. Might be you've converted a prospect into a lead. Might be you've converted a lead into a buyer, right? And from conversion leads to relationship, and then relationship to retention, which is what we all want, right? Warren Buffett even said that the purpose of a business is to create a customer that brings new customers. The best customer is the returning customer. So I'm Chris Knowles' best customer, right? Even if he won't admit it, I'm going to say that I am. I'm going to say that I am because I've been back multiple times. You know what I mean? And when we move out of our current location into our new one later this year, I promise you, you know who I'm calling, right? But again, customers have to understand who it is that they're doing business with, all right? So the reputation formula, all right? Your reputation is your results times your reach. All right, there's two worlds we live in. Everybody can agree, the people that know you, you have a reputation around town, right? All right, what's your reputation online? Does it match? And again, your results times your reach. So what you have accomplished times how many people know about it. Would you agree that the more people that know how great you are at what you do, the better and bigger your business will be? Right? It makes sense, right? I believe there's two types of content marketing, informative and transformative. All right? Informative is where people come in and give you a bunch of information that can be easily forgotten. Transformative marketing, it's where you make somebody feel a certain way that they will remember, right? So you're not going to remember half of what I said today, but you will remember how I made you feel. That's why I come out to that song that's totally opposite from what I look like every day, because people remember that. Everything that I do, from the t-shirt that I wore to the shoes that I wear, has a purpose, and it's because I want to get your attention. I want you to remember me. I don't want to be just like everybody else. I'll tell a quick story. The first keynote that I ever did was to a bunch of insurance people when we were new to the space. We were talking about marketing. And I was wearing my best Navy suit, and I got up there and I got on stage and I did a good job and I thought I killed it. And then I went to the bar. They were setting up for the next person to speak. And there was two guys, I'm right here up against the bar, and there's two guys waiting on their drinks from the bartender, and they're talking about what I just said, right? So I'm like, heck yeah, man, they got it. And they looked right at me, and they're like, hey, did you hear that guy say that? And I looked around and noticed that everybody else in there was wearing the same Navy suit I had on, and I had the same bad haircut, right? I looked just like everybody else in there. I wasn't memorable. I wasn't memorable, and I was the guy that was on stage. Right? So everything that you do when you put, like that guy's memorable right there. That's a sharp outfit. What's your name? Mark, you probably do pretty well, don't you? You're probably pretty successful. That's right. You're probably pretty successful though. Yours. Absolutely. Yours is the only one that matters.
I don't compare myself to anybody. So yes, I'm in my opinion, I'm successful.
Seriously, to dress like that, which I love, you got to care about yourself. You got to be comfortable with yourself. You know what I mean? Allodoxophobia is fear of other people's opinions. You have it?
I think you should.
Huh?
I think you should.
You should.
Know,
they should.
worry about what other people are going to see and think.
Well, you know, again, how can you expect somebody to like you if you don't like you? You're asking them to do something that you can't do for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So if you love yourself, literally, on the airplane, they're like, hey, save everybody, but you can't save anybody if your oxygen mask is still hanging up there. You got to put it on yourself first. You have to be of certain health to help anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have a good relationship with yourself. So again, informative and transformative marketing. We're going to talk about those in depth. Content is designed to find your audience, guys, because again, they can search everything. It's all searchable through keywords, SEO, and everything else, right? So everything that you're designing is to find your audience. It's for somebody else. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. It doesn't matter if you like Facebook or TikTok or X or anything else. Do you want to help the customer, and do they like X? And if they like X and you want to help them, then you need to be there, right? It's not about you. So it starts with creating consistent content. Would you guys agree that the commercials that you see on network TV, that they spent millions of dollars making the commercial? Would you guys admit that they probably spent millions gaining access to the network? Like paid NBC or CBS or whoever it is millions of dollars to get access to that network? All right. So do you think that they only run that commercial once and then stop? Do you think that there's consistent times that they run that commercial over and over and over again? Isn't that what they pay for? Right? So you own your own network on all your social platforms. How consistent is your content that you're putting out? The same information that you consume, guys, you can use that. You can see how everybody's marketing and advertising to you, and you can pay attention to what they're doing to you. It's literally called paid programming. right? They're programming you. Okay? Well, guess what? The playing field's leveled. You can do the same. Right? You can do the same. Now, I might be losing people here for a second. So let me pause for a moment and say, what questions do we have right now? Yes?
What do you mean by demand generation?
Say that again.
Does that say demand generation?
Where?
On the right-hand side of the arrow.
Oh, yeah. Demand generation. Yeah, you're generating demand for your product or service. Right? I believe money's abundant. You guys know where it is? It's in other people's pockets. Right? So it's in other people's pockets. So if you want it, you give them a good or a service in exchange for that money. That's literally how simple it is. Chris Knowles did something that literally anybody and everybody can do that's physically able. Pick something up and move it from one place to another. And he's turned it into a freaking national empire. Something so simple. But, Chris, not everybody wants to do it, do they? It's hard work, isn't it? Right? So not only is he solving a problem that's an easy problem to solve, right? Dude, anybody can own a moving company, can't they? Technically. Yet he's winning. He's dominating the market. Right? So the real question is why? Well, everybody take a look at that logo back here on that banner. His stuff, when you see blue, we call that at my house literally True Friends Blue. It's a color palette at our home. But that's Chris on that little cartoon right there. I love that. He's worked out a little bit since then, though. He's in better shape, but stronger, that's right. But like, look, you guys see that stuff around there? You see us moving trucks everywhere, on the roads, everything. Their email marketing, it's all about the customer. It's all about the problems that they solve and the experience that they create, right? And they're really good at it, and they do it a lot. So again, this is what the funnel looks like, right? Awareness, discovery, consideration, conversion, client relationship, and client retention. Totally taking a stranger into a super fan. I'm a fan of Chris Knowles and his moving company. I like everything he stands for. He's a good dad, an amazing husband. He's winning in life, got cool cars, diversifying his portfolio. I ain't talked to him in months. I can just tell you what I saw on his social media. What do people see when they look at yours? Right? Now, here's where it gets crazy. Check it out. We had launched a young fellow with his insurance agency. And we finally got him posting consistent content. And like most 20-somethings, he made a couple grand and was rich and didn't show up for like 2 weeks. Everybody knows those people, right? So that's what he did. But he quit posting on his social. And somebody that knew us both called me. They were worried about him. They said, hey, did he quit? Did he quit? What do you mean, did he quit? Yeah, he quit posting on his social overnight. Assumed he quit. Guys, that's your digital storefront. Right? What assumptions are people making about your work ethic based on your content consistency that you put on your socials?